Hello everyone, this is Andy with RMS Roller Grinder. Today we're talking with Mac with Craftmaster Stainless. Mac, to get started, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and why you started working for Craftmaster?
So I've been in the brewing industry now for about 8 years. I started at a local brewery here to Sacramento called Flatland Brewing Company back in 2016. I didn't really know much about beer at that time. I started working in the tap room, just pouring beer, which then quickly turned into some light cellar work and keg washing, as well as tank cleaning. And then quickly after about 2 years, turned into the assistant brewer, and then the lead brewer brewing all the beer for them uh, up until 2 years ago now. And because of that experience at Flatland, we purchased a Craftmaster stainless brew house. We expanded with all Craftmaster stainless tanks, and that's when production really picked up. What got me into Craftmaster stainless and what we do now with equipment is because we purchased it and we had a good relationship with Craftmaster. We spent time with them. I went out and I helped commission some brew houses. I helped diagnose some electrical issues, which quickly turned into me being one of the technical guys here and one of the main brew house guys here at Craftmaster. I do have a small background in automotive technology, and I did a lot of low voltage diagnostic work there. So having a little bit of electrical expertise brought me into, you know, still playing with equipment of a different kind.
It sounds like good experience. So I think we've all seen some changes recently. What are some of the biggest changes you've seen in the brewing industry in the last 2 years?
Things have kind of slowed down in the brewing industry. We're all seeing it at the moment, but I would say that's giving a lot of brewers time to focus on the quality of their beer. They're focusing on how their tap room looks, and they're focusing on efficiency. You're trying to save a lot of money to make it through some weird times, but that's the main thing is we're seeing quality change, and those who can't kind of keep up with quality or they don't really have that space, you're seeing them kind of phase out, and then new ones are coming in that are building based on those rules of, all right, good beer, you're efficient, and you're cost effective. That's how you have to run a brewery just like that.
So, what are some of the first steps that a customer should consider when they're either building a new brewery or possibly renovating a brewery?
First, and I think it's one of the biggest things, is you need a building. It's kind of a no brainer, but it's tough finding the right spot for your brewery. If you're building it from the ground up, you have full structural plans, you have general contractors and whatnot. It's a little bit easier, and you can kind of customize it based on how your brewery is going to look and run. But if you're purchasing a building, you're renting a building, we see a lot of breweries that are limited right from the get go based off of what their building can handle. Electrical, low ceilings, if you have gas, things like that. That's You don't want to corner yourself into a building and corner yourself into not being able to use the right equipment. So leave yourself an out. It's just like driving. Leave yourself an out so you can grow and expand to how the market changes.
That kind of ties into my next question. Then, what are some common mistakes or misconceptions that customers have when they're starting a new brewery?
One thing I would say is, like, is this your first opportunity at starting a professional or commercial establishment? Um, just because a previous brewery came available doesn't mean that's what you want to buy. So think about your first way of opening a business and plan it out. Don't just jump into something that's available to you. I'd say starting too small is a mistake or misconception. Plan for the future a little bit. Don't go too big, but definitely look into how the future will be. The cost of equipment isn't that much more for, let's say, 5 to 10 kegs on the smaller scale. Um, and then also purchasing brewing equipment without any knowledge of the industry or how to make beer. We see a lot of entrepreneurs that think the brewing industry is the coolest thing in the world. Spend a little bit of time, take some classes, shadow some other brewers and brewery owners, and see how it operates before starting a brewery.
That's good advice. So, what does Craftmaster Stainless do to help the customer select the right equipment for their operation?
The biggest thing is we offer free consultation. pretty much from your first phone call on. We want you to have the knowledge that you need to purchase equipment. Um, you don't have to go with us if you don't want to, but every time I'm on the phone call, I will chat your ear off because I want to talk about your process and where you're going to go with your beer.
So, beyond the equipment, why is selecting the right equipment manufacturers important for the customer and for Craftmaster Stainless?
I would say the biggest thing is customer service. We pride ourselves on our customer service from the beginning till the end. And then after purchasing, a lot of companies will go quiet, but the biggest thing is customer service. So for us to work with RMS, the customer service from pre-sale to post-sale, as well as dealing direct with our customer, is one of the biggest things. And that's why we have chosen to partner with RMS and User Mills in all of our build outs. The other thing is availability of replacement parts. Does your manufacturer have something you need if something were to fail, or do they offer a repair option? And then just the years of knowledge and experience. So within RMS and within Craftmaster, there's years of sales knowledge, there's years of customer service, and then there's years of maybe there's professional brewers that are on staff. And so that's a huge thing when selecting the right equipment manufacturer.
Next, what does selecting the right mill and grain handling equipment, how does that affect the final product in the brewing process?
My biggest points are efficiency and flavor. So no one wants to spend hours, days, and weeks that go into the process of fermentation and packaging a beer for that product to just be off, or for you to lose money over the multiple batches that you brew per year. With the right grinding equipment and with the right knowledge of malt analysis and whatnot, you can save yourself, let's say, 15% per batch. I've worked on smaller mills and help people dial in their crush, sieve plates, whatnot, to gain that efficiency. Most of these brew houses are designed or sold as 90% efficient. You should be getting 90% of your extract into that beer. And let's say 15%, do 15% over the scale of 1 year through all your batches. That can be thousands of dollars. And then, of course, if you're incorrectly crushing, then you're possibly losing or adding some flavor that is not ideal in multiple styles of beer. We're just trying to get sugar here and some really good flavor from these malts. And if you were to over crush, we might be pulling out some tannins from the grain or whatnot.
Okay, well, that's great advice. Why have you chosen to work with the RMS roller grinder on past projects?
This goes back to when I was a brewer here in town. We always wanted an RMS mill, but we made it work with the other options that were out there, just to know you have to get by sometimes, but we made it work. So we chose to work with RMS solely based on the quality of the equipment, the adjustability of the rollers, the know-how behind the sales team and the engineers. It's been a great relationship so far.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. So, if someone's interested in seeing how Craftmaster Stainless can help them, what would they do to get started?
First of all, you can just call us. Our number is on the website. You can call us at 916-750-4677 and talk with anyone in the sales team or the technical support team. You can email myself, mac@craftmasterstainless.com. We also have an info box that you can go to our website, and if you fill it out a form, you just give us your name, phone number, business name, as well as a brief description of what you're looking for. That goes to either one of us, and we reach out pretty much the same day and make sure you get what you need.
Matt, thanks for your time today, and everyone out there, thank you for tuning in. So hopefully, if you're looking at, if you got any questions on brewing and brew mills, please reach out to Craftmaster Stainless or to RMS Roller Grinder, and we'll do our best to get you started on the right solution. Have a good day.